Starting with Chris on inflation, because this will really have big repercussions for the markets. What are we expecting?
Well, the CPI report is due on Tuesday. I think within the context of the Fed, what's important is the Fed has laid down quite clear, hawkish signaling. There's still 10 days to go before this meeting, but we're going to get a lot of data this week, and then the blackout period begins at the end of the week. So the Fed is going to want not to hike by 75 basis points, as they seem to have signaled to the markets. Then they're going to have to change that signal by the end of the week. And of course, that will be data dependent. We're also going to get industrial production. We're going to get PPI. So it is definitely a very important week. But I do think the base signal at this point is for another 75 basis points from the Fed.
Chris, we've also been hearing from Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen herself, used to be in charge of the Fed, of course. What advice does she have in this fight against inflation?
Well, she had a very interesting interview on television this morning on one of the Sunday talk shows. And she was pushed by the interviewer about the risk of the Fed going too fast and too hard and pushing the economy into recession. Basically asking her, if you had to choose between maximum employment and price stability, which one comes first? And she left no doubt about it. She said, my hope is we will achieve a soft landing. But then she added, Americans know it's essential to bring inflation down, and over the long run, we can't have a strong labor market without inflation under control. So she's saying right there that price stability is a prerequisite to a sustainably strong labor market. That leaves no doubt about where she stands. Of course, she would like to see that soft landing with continued strong employment. But if you have to choose, you've got to go for it. And that aligns quite nicely with the Fed and the language that we've heard from Jay Powell on just the same type of question.